As the title of this tutorial is Protocol Officer, it is probably a good idea to explain what it is before we go any further. The Protocol Officer, or PO for short, is a title that is bestowed on an account created by the leader of the ruling King's Landing Alliance, specifically for the purpose of being the PO. The difference between this account and all other accounts in the kingdom is that it is shared amongst a few members that are deemed trustworthy. Their task is to help develop the kingdom, in terms of overall power, by reducing the costs of building, research and troop training for individual members. Once the Protocol Officer title has been bestowed on an account, it rarely gets removed, even if the ruling alliance changes. Only one member can be active as the PO. All of the PO activities are based in the King's Landing Castle. If the PO account's castle is somewhere on the Westeros map away from the King's Landing Castle, it is beneficial to be aware of this fast and efficient way to go there. Obviously, you need to be on the world view, not in the city view. The minimap located in the top right-hand corner of the screen has a search facility just below the minimap itself. I have highlighted it for you. Click on that magnifying glass, and a search box is displayed. Enter 467 into the X box. Enter 496 into the Y box and press the Go button. We are now viewing the King's Landing Castle. Providing the castle is protected, and it is neither castle siege nor War of the Kingdoms, click somewhere in the area highlighted. This brings up the castle entry page. All members of the kingdom can do this, including members that are not affiliated with a specific alliance. Please note that you are no longer able to see or participate in the inline chat that is normally available. This fact will become important shortly. Click on the Enter button highlighted to display the Throne Room page. You are now in the Throne Room, being greeted by the Lord. On the right-hand side of that page, you can see a column of buttons. Click on the Titles button highlighted to move to the Titles page. You are now on the Titles page. The account that I am currently using to display this page is the PO account. Now, as if by magic, I can show you the Titles page if you were not logged into the PO account. As you can see, an account that is not logged in as the PO does not have the ability to confer or revoke a title. I will remain using this non-PO account in order to describe the commonality between the two views shown. At the top of the displayed page, there are two tabs. The Official tab we are currently viewing, and the Servant tab. Titles are divided into those that have a positive influence on the account they are conferred to, and those that have a negative influence. We will look briefly at the titles on the Servant tab in a moment. On either tab, the titles are listed in rows and columns, with 2 titles to each row. The list is scrollable, permitting all titles of the selected type to be viewed. Remember, it is only the leader of the ruling alliance that has the ability to confer or revoke the Protocol Officer title, so it does not matter if the account being used is a PO account, or a normal member. Both will have the same view of the first item. Let's look at the Lord Commander entry, as an example of the information a title entry holds. We can see the badge that is placed over the top of the castle when the world view is displayed, and the name of the title. This is an image of the Lord that the account that holds the title has currently set. If the title had not been conferred, then this would be a default image. This is the name of the member that currently holds the title. If no member holds the title, then there will be no associated name. These are the buffs associated with the title. They are displayed in green text and have a positive buff percentage. With the exception of 3 titles in the list, Titles are normally conferred to a member and remain in place for extended periods of time. The three exceptions are the Master of Whisperers, Chief Builder, and Grand Maester. These three are conferred to a member just before some action is taken, and revoked once that action has been initiated. For example, if a member would like to start some research, they would request the Grand Maester title. Once conferred, they would start the research and then immediately hand the title back. Clicking on the Servant tab, we can see the scrollable list of titles that have a negative effect on the member that receives the title. All of these titles are put in place for extended periods of time. These titles are normally awarded to outlaws and merit hunters. No PO officer should make any adjustments to these titles without permission from senior management. We have now moved back to the PO account. To progress further, if you have not got the PO login details, please continue watching the video. This will help you appreciate the work that the online PO officer has. If you recall, I pointed out that as soon as you enter the King's Landing Castle, you do not have the ability to monitor any in-chat channels. In order to function as a protocol officer, this is an essential element of the task at hand. Without this ability, once you have seen a request from a member for a title, you would have to enter the King's Landing Castle, get to the titles page, scroll down to the title entry, press the confer button, complete a search for the member that has issued the request, confer the title, then close all the pages to return to be able to see the in-game chat. When the member lets you know that they have used the title, you would have to enter the King's Landing Castle, get to the titles page, scroll down to the title entry, then press the minus button to revoke the title, and then close the pages to return to be able to see the in-game chat. That process would have to be performed every single time you received a title request. On a busy system, that would be an almost impossible task. Let's see how long it takes to complete the task of conferring a request to a member, revoking it, and return back to the in-game chat. That was not the most ideal of tests, at 1 minute 38 seconds. If you take off some of the wasted time, it is still well over 1 minute. The amount of time wasted getting from the world view to the titles page and back to the world view takes most of the time. If that can be removed from the equation, the amount of time taken by the protocol officer would be around 10 seconds, 6 times faster. Two computers logged into the game on different accounts, one being the PO account would be ideal, but there are not many of us that are in that position. I have a dual monitor display system, so I can more or less achieve the same result as with two computers. We will return to this whole issue at the end of this tutorial. The last thing that we need to look at is the search mechanism you saw being used in the test. When you click on the Title Confer button, the search dialog is displayed. When the search dialog is displayed, you need to click on the entry field box. You have to be careful to type the member's name exactly, with no leading and no trailing spaces. The search is also case sensitive. There is an alternate method for conferring titles to members, that does not involve locating the King's Landing Castle. This can be performed from either the world view or the city view. We will look at that method now. Click on the member that is requesting the title. A drop-down menu appears. Click on the Profile button. The member's profile appears. Click on the highlighted button. The function box appears. Click on the Confer button. Scroll down to the title being requested. Press the Confer button. Press the Close button to return to the function box. Press the Close button to return to the profile. Press the Close button to return to the view you started out from. When the member lets you know that they have finished with the title, left-click on their image. A drop-down menu appears. Click on the Profile button. The member's profile appears. Click on the highlighted button. The function box appears. Click on the Confer button. Scroll down to the title that was conferred. Press the minus button. Press the Close button to return to the function box. Press the Close button to return to the profile. Press the Close button to return to the view you started out from. If we ignore the fact that this latter approach flexes your left mouse button, it does have two advantages over the first method. The first is that you don't have to switch to World View and locate the King's Landing Castle. The second is the fact that you don't have to copy the name of the member making the request. I am quite sure that you will agree with me when I say that attempting to be a protocol officer from the main account is doable, but not preferable. Running the game on either two browsers, or the game application and a browser, does provide a better solution. Indeed, a considerable number of kingdoms offer the PO services to their members in this way, and I have worked as PO under those conditions with success. The question is, can an even better solution be found? In the second part of this tutorial we will answer that question. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have learned some useful stuff.